we will replace the second note with a quarter rest. Okay, the second note is a quarter note. Let's try to replace it with a quarter rest. So the rule in music, it's okay to combine symbols for silence and symbols for sound duration. So they are fine to be combined. So in here, we will replace the second quarter note with a quarter rest. So when played, the second beat is now silent. Okay, so that is the rule.
Be strong.
Everyone, so today we're going to be learning about restoration or musical symbols for silence. So the last time that we had our discussion, we've tackled about the kinds of notes and their specific time values or uh, the number of beats that they receive, and also how those notes work in a musical step. So to begin with, let us focus on the kinds of rest, their time values, and also how they are being drawn in a musical step. So rest represents periods of silence in a measure. So they are the symbols for silence in music. So each type of rest shares a duration with a certain type of note. So again, as a review for our notes, we have whole note, a half note, a quarter note, an eighth note, and also a 16th note. So there were 4 beats for whole note. There were 2 beats for a half note. There were 1 beat, or there is 1 beat again for one quarter note. Then there is 1/2 for 8th note, and also there is 1/4 for the 16th note. So it's the same thing here in our rest symbols. You can see they're just being um, similar, or they have similarities. So for this one, it is called a whole rest. This is a half rest, a quarter rest, an eighth rest, and a 16th rest. So for a whole rest, it contains 4 beats of silence. For half rest, it contains 2 beats of silence. For quarter rest, it contains 1 beat of silence. For eighth rest, it contains 1/2 beat of silence. For 16th rest, it has 2 flags, so it contains 1/4 beats of silence. So as you can see, for eighth rest and for for 16th rest, they both have flags or hook on their notes. So that's it. For example, both a quarter rest and a quarter note occupy the same amount of time as 1 beat of sound duration and 1 beat of silence. So it's a quarter note and a quarter rest. So while the note would make a sound, the rest symbol is silent. So to demonstrate, let's fill a measure of 4/4 time signature with the quarter notes. So as you observe, when these notes are being played, okay, all 4 notes would make a sound. Again. Okay, next up is we will replace the second note with a quarter rest. Okay, the second note is a quarter note. Let's try to replace it with a quarter rest. So the rule in music, it's okay to combine symbols for silence and symbols for sound duration. So they are fine to be combined. So in here, we will replace the second quarter note with a quarter rest. So when played, the second beat is now silent. Okay, so that is the rule. So next up is let's discuss the other types of rest. So a whole rest occupies the same amount of time as one whole note again because it has 4 beats of sound duration and 4 beats of sound or 4 beats of silence. So it is drawn, as you can see, as a box descending way from the fourth line of the line of the staff here. Okay, so that is our whole rest symbol. So a half rest is like uh, drawn here in an ascending way from the middle staff of the line. So it is drawn also, the half rest occupies the same amount of time as one half note. It has two. So that's it. So again, so half rest is drawn in an ascending way from the middle of the staff line. So like notes, from our discussion last time, our notes have flags and the or hook, and also the stem or bodies, and also the heads. So it's the same thing with our rest symbols. So they can also have flags or hook on the notes, okay, on the rest symbols. Okay, so with one flag, an eighth rest has the same duration as an eighth note. So it contains one half beat of duration. Since your eighth note has one half, therefore your eighth rest also can have one half beat of duration. So you observe they both have flags on the note. Okay, so with two flags, a sixteenth rest also a sixteenth note can have same duration of one fourth. Okay, they both have one fourth beats or duration of beats and silence. So although it is very rare or very seldom to see that rest can have three, or that rest, these symbols are being used in music. So, but rest symbols can have three or more flags. Okay, they can be, or it could be. So now let's use this chart to illustrate how these uh, different kinds of rest symbols work in a note tree. As you can see, a whole rest is placed on the top place or level here in our note tree because it has the longest um, duration of silence. It has four beats. Same one with, or the same thing with a whole note. It has four beats of silence. So two half rest occupy the same amount of time as one whole rest because each note here, half rest contains two beats. Okay, so two plus two, that's four. That's equivalent to four beats of silence. So four quarter rests also occupy the same amount of time as one whole rest because each um, rest has one beat. So there were four beats here of silence. So they occupy the same amount of time as one whole rest. So the same thing here with our eight rest. So we need eight rest to occupy four beats of silence as one whole rest. And also we need 16 rest since they have one fourth beats or duration of beats of silence. So we need 16 rest to occupy four beats of silence as one whole rest. Okay, so that would be all for today. That's the relationship of these uh, rest symbols or these kinds of symbols with each other. Okay, so thank you everyone for listening. I hope you've learned something from our lesson today. That's all. Thank you everyone for your time. Have a good day and goodbye.